You like libraries too?
Me too.
Well, we're in one of, do you know where we are right now?
A library.
We're in a library. Okay, but here's the most important question. Do you know whose library this is?
No.
Do you know who owns this library?
No.
You don't know who owns this library?
No.
Me? Kind of. You know who else owns this library?
No.
Everybody take one big finger and point it in the air. And point it at yourself. And say, I own the library.
I own the library.
This is your library, and that's what I love about it. And guess what? Did you know there's a spaceship in this library?
What?
Yeah. And guess what else? Guess what else? There's a time machine in this library.
Wow.
And guess what else? There's a submarine in this library.
What?
Yeah. In a yellow submarine. Well, guess what? That's what I love about this library. You can come in this library and you can go to outer space in a book, and you can go back in time or forward in time in a book, and you can go, oh, you get it now? And you can go to the bottom of the ocean in a book. What'd you say? You like the yellow submarine beetles? Yeah. You guys are confirming there's some really awesome parents in the room. So, I want to share with you a thing called Read Brave. And we're having a, what'd you say? The yellow song? Awesome. So, we have a thing in St. Paul called Read Brave. And with Read Brave, our goal is to have one really big conversation in our city and talk about something that we all need to talk about. And the thing that we've chosen to say, let's all talk about this year, is housing. And what I love about this is, you know, some other cities have like a one book where everybody reads the same book, but everybody doesn't read the same book. That's kind of silly, you know? And so we said instead of, it's silly dilly, yeah. So we said instead of just choosing one book, let's choose one concept. And so we started around housing. And for the parents in the room, I want you to know that we have a young adult novel called Burn Baby Burn that's about housing. We have a nonfiction book called Eviction that's about housing as well. And so the goal is, and we've also got some chapter books for the older kids, and we've got some picture books for the younger kids. And the goal isn't for us to all read one book. The goal is for us to have all one big conversation that can extend from every preschool to every grad school in our city and everybody in between. So I want you to join us in reading this. We're going to read one of our Read Brave books here today. That's aimed at our younger children. But parents, if you've got book clubs or in classrooms or whatever it is, we really welcome you to join the conversation at every level. Cool? Awesome. I have a book. And this book is called, what's it called? It does start with an S. What's the next letter? H-E-L-T-E-R. It's called Shelter. And you know what? You were just about to say that? Well, that's really awesome. It's okay. Let them talk, please. It's okay. That's what we're here for, right? So, here's the thing. This is a good book about shelter, and it's about kind of what happens on a really cold day. So you're going to have to use your imagination and imagine what it might be like if it's really super cold and windy outside, okay? Try to go along with me. Okay, it's called Shelter. And it's a really good book. It's one of my favorites. It's morning, and as the day stirs, the animals do too. Some slowly. Anybody in here like to wake up slow? No. Some gently. Anybody here like to wake up gently? Yes. While others go leaping out of bed. Anybody here go leaping out of bed? Yes. Yes. I have children, and they're the leap out of bed kind of children.
I leap out.
Yeah, you step out of bed?
No, I jump.
Over breakfast, everyone catches up on the latest news. Guess what? A storm is coming. A big, huge storm is coming. There's no time for panic. We have to work. Together, the animals all set to work, gathering wood. What are they gathering wood for? Yes. For shelter. What else? Yes. They can stay dry. Yeah, what else? What else can you do with wood? Build a house or make a fire. Yeah, that can help you stay warm too, huh?
Or maybe they make it strawberry.
So they're gathering wood, they're squirreling away food and quieting their fears. They must be prepared. You know why? Because sometimes when the really big snow comes, you can't always go outside right away, huh? So they want to make sure they have enough food, and they want to make sure they have a good fire, and they want to make sure they have what they need to stay warm and stay fed. At last, everyone is ready, and everyone braces for the storm. The wind begins to pick up. Everybody help me make the wind. Go, like, you know what the quiet wind is like? Now make it bigger, make it bigger. Yeah, that's how, now even bigger, like storm wind. Yeah, so the wind picks up. But guess what? With all that wind, all is well. Oh no, did the wind scare somebody? I'm sorry, the wind stopped. The wind stopped, it's okay. See, the wind stopped. It's okay, it's okay. The animals are all safe. We don't have to be afraid. The animals are all safe and sound in their homes. But little Fox has a question. Yeah, little Fox has a question. He says, wait a minute. He asks his mom, what if others are still outside? That's an important question. In the distance, two figures emerge from the fog with the wind howling all around them. Who could it be out in that storm? Everyone looks at the window. They look out the window and they watch as these two figures approach, and they wonder, who are these strangers? What are they doing here? What do they want? Why are they outside and not inside? Why do you think they would be outside in the storm? Any guesses? Why would they be outside with all that storm and wind going on?
They didn't have a home.
They might not have a place to go. That's right. Soon they come and they knock on the door. Yeah, they come and they knock on the door. The wind is cold, they say. In exchange for some tea, could we warm ourselves by the fire?
No.
But guess what the answer is?
No.
Our fire is out. Try next door. You see that picture? Our fire is out, they say. What do you see in the picture? Is there fire out? No, but they say our fire is out. Try next door. They go next door and they say, our bellies are empty. In exchange for some tea, could we have a few cookies for dipping? And they say, we have no food. Try next door. What do you see? What do you see in the picture? They have a lot of food, don't they? But they say, we have no food. Try next door. This is confusing.
This is really sad.
They go next door and they say, the night is dark. In exchange for some tea, could we take comfort in the light of your hearth? Our den is small and crowded. Try next door.
It's not.
This is strange, isn't it? But next door, there's only a hill. That's all right, says Big Brother. Maybe the hill will be more welcoming. As the bears set off, leaning on each other and into the wind, a voice rings out from behind them. Wait, calls Little Fox, wait. He has found something to share after all.
What?
You can't eat it, and it's not as warm or nearly as bright as a fire, but it's still generous, Big Brother says kindly. Thank you. You see what he gives them? A lantern. That was nice, wasn't it? On the hill, the night grows colder. You know how it feels when it's really cold? You go. The night grows colder, so cold that the wind turns white. Little brother, big brother holds out his hand. Little brother sticks out his tongue. Ick! You don't stick out your tongue when it snows? No? Does anybody ever stick out their tongue when it snows? Some of us do, huh? You might even turn into an ice block. That's how cold it was. So what do you think when the wind turns white? What do you think that means? What was coming down? Snow. Has anybody here ever seen snow? Most of us have. Soon, the ground is blanketed with white snow. Big brother and little brother look at each other and smile. They will be just fine. But there's danger in the fox den. There's danger in the fox den. The snowfall is so heavy, it's making the ground above their fox den super heavy. And it becomes more threatening than the wind because the roof might collapse on the foxes. The roof folds and twists, ready to give way. Quickly, everyone out, shouts Father Fox. What will they do now? It's so cold, says Mother Fox. It's so dark, says Father Fox. Look, says Little Fox. Look, I see a light. What do you think is the light? What do you think he sees? A lantern. I think he sees a lantern. As the foxes approach, the scent, the smell of ginger and cinnamon fills the air. Closing their eyes and taking deep breaths, they follow their noses. Finally, they reach the curious light. The snow is still falling. The wind is still blowing. Little Fox steps forward and shouts, "The wind is cold and the night is dark. In exchange for some cookies, would you share your shelter with us?" What do you think? Do you think they're going to share? I think so too. The lantern light is weakening. Our den is small and crowded, and we have nothing to eat, says Big Brother. But our tea will warm you better than any fire, and with your cookies for dipping, it will be delicious. Come in. Come in. And that is how two strangers came to share their humble shelter on a stormy winter's night when even the moon could not be seen. The end. The end. I know this story got long. But would somebody share with me, just help me remember what this story was about?
Shelter.
It's about shelter. That's right. That's right. That's why it's called shelter. Yes. Do we have a guest back there in the blue coat? I see a hand up. Do you have a guess? What's this story about? What kind of day was it outside? It was chilly. It was a chilly day outside. Kind of like what? Today. Kind of like today, huh? When it gets super cold, who here has a big coat that they put on? Who here has a hat that they put on? Who here has gloves that they put on? Yeah? Who likes hot chocolate? Yeah?
I love it.
Who likes maybe like a fire by the fireplace? I do too. And who likes to be inside and get nice and cozy under a blanket? I love that. But guess what? Were the bears able to do that? They really weren't. They really weren't. And they were looking for somebody to help them, huh?
I would help them.
You would help them?
Me too.
I know you would. And I know you would too. Guess what? I would too. And we all would. And that's why we're St. Paul. That's what's really cool about living in St. Paul. That's what I love about living in St. Paul. Because we have people in our community just like those bears who need our help and who we are excited to make sure that all of us have a place to sleep when it's cold. Isn't that right? Okay, give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you so much for helping me.